cities. Steam turned night to day. Now colder sparks of jeans. Light a fast away. Digital dreams take shape. Valley moves at the speed of thought. Robots learn our footsteps. Building what we taught. Same old world, new codes in the street. Value move faster than words when we speak. They say, slow down, night. This ain't a phase. Whole new era loading. Watch the screen change. Don't fight the rising current. Learn the shape of the swell. Your roots are creative. Pick a lane and just excel. Hold the line, enjoy the ride. It's that moment you can't rewind. Into the beginning, don't blink your eyes. Very divine time to be alive. Industrial sparks in the palm of your hand. Machines learn the rhythm.
Hey, happy Monday.
Yo.
What's going on, guys?
That was a good one, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That was a ripper right there.
We had to get the dance vibes going. Because, look, hey, I made a whole bunch of those. Because, like I said, I think we're going to start doing some cool stuff, just doing live streams, doing spaces, building, working together, asking people, what we're doing, right?
So, about ready to rip out the glow sticks.
That's right.
The glow sticks. I wanted to flash with the music like the buildings were.
Nice.
No, we just need to get robots, man. They're going to do it, right? They get the dancing. But anyways, it's crazy. Yeah, it's fun times, good times. How's your weekend? Everybody good?
Yep. Went up north, spent a little time with the lady.
All right, right on.
And just chilled out in the coldness.
In the coldness. There you go.
Yeah.
We actually warmed up today, didn't we, Snoop? It was a nice day today.
It was like 70, almost 70 degrees. So
are you serious?
Yeah, look at
it
us.
felt good.
Damn.
Yep. That's what's good. Like I said, we get a little, just a little taste of the winter, and then it moves out. But it's going to get cold again. All good. But yeah, everybody, we got some news, got some stuff going on. What do you think? Do you think we finally pumped up a little because the market made it up a little bit? Are we out of single?
I think
digits?
we got to be out of single digits.
Yeah, I think we're out of single digits. We'll see. No, close. Close.
Whoa.
10. We just popped out. That's all right. Look, even last month, man, it's crazy. Yeah. But yes, people, man, it's all right. It's all right. But this is the time, like I said, we still might have a little bit of downwardness, but who knows? All this crazy AI stuff is getting wild, man. But check it out today. Here's what happened in crypto. Yeah. Tokenized RWAs. That's still one of the strongest, sectors in crypto. Yeah. It's kind of one that had like a nice 13% gain. Right over the last 30 days. If you ever look at, and I don't know, you guys ever look at rwa.xyz? It's a good little metric thing to kind of check out of what's going on. Yeah, just saying. Oh, great. I don't even have the chart of view analytics. There you go. But like I said, you can just go in there, check out what's going on. It's a good way to see stuff. Obviously, you can see over here, a lot of things are starting to be tokenized. And the biggest ones is treasury debt. Yeah. But yeah, that's how it's a good way, like I said, to look at all kinds of different things. All your little keys are down here. What's getting, the RWA type stuff. I'm surprised. Real estate's going to be tough, man. I mean, I know it's going to be a big one, but there's a lot of moving parts over there. Yeah.
Yep.
You don't see any of that kind of stuff at all. Cause I know you're starting in Arizona, right? We used to talk like it even way back in 2021 in Tampa. A house was sold with an NFT. Yeah.
I do real estate too, Ray, and I haven't seen anything in crypto yet.
Yeah. It's going to be a bit because that's a kind of a big, kind of market to be doing stuff like that. All the titles, all the title company, all the legal stuff, right? All that stuff. But it's not like this is easy either. Right. So, but RWAs, man, it is the only thing really kind of got a nice little upward trend going on in the last 30 days. Yeah. All major blockchain networks tracked, right? The recorded increase in tokenized assets. It's Ethereum, man. That's why we're very bullish on Ethereum. Yeah. I think by far that will be the biggest blockchain used for all this RWA stuff, right?
Yeah, I agree. Everything I read always, I mean, I wouldn't say always. 70% of what I read shows up as Ethereum.
Right.
Solana has some or whatever, but it's overwhelmingly Ethereum.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
And
he keeps improving it, right? We have another story talking about did you see how well? I mean, there's a lot of transactions happen on Ethereum. Barely doesn't cost anything, bro. You're still in the
yeah,
pennies.
yeah, that's what it seems like. That's the sentiment.
Yeah. But back in the day, Bappy, and Snoopy will tell you, wasn't it like you could get caught up in a $200 fee, right? Just for making a transaction, Snoop?
Yeah, there were painful transactions to make sure you got in something on time. So
Was it because there were fewer, Snoop?
no, there were more transactions. So when the
No, not transactions, but fewer places to transact.
No.
I don't think that catered to it. It was just the amount of congestion on the chain. It makes the gas fees go higher.
And the complications of the transaction, right? Somebody just trading token, right? That's a simple transaction, Bappy. Sometimes people were minting NFTs. Maybe you're doing some staking in the DeFi protocol. Those are more complicated, right? But it just doesn't matter anyway. Vitalik and a lot of the devs, what they've been working on, as you've seen the upgrades with Ethereum, bro, it's amazing, right? Like they've been really streamlining. That's why they keep saying, there's really no issue. That's why he's been saying too with the L2s, right? If a lot of these layer twos that have been building on Ethereum and their main thing was about speed and low transactions, they're pretty much done, man, right? Because Ethereum can do that now. So just saying, it's a good one, good thing. And the RWA category, it's going to be great. Tokenized treasuries and government debt. Yes, the largest ones. And the government has a lot of debt because they just wasteful, lunatics.
No, that doesn't happen, Ray.
That doesn't happen. No.
We're looking out for our best interest, Ray.
Even too, Arbitrum is above Solana. So yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Crypto funds log another red week. Yes, they just keep flowing them out, man. Exchange traded products, ETPs, 173 million outflows. Not much. It's slowing down a little bit, but continues to flow outward. We were all talking all last year. Look at it all come in, yeah. And now, yes, they're dumping it on us, right? They're heading for
to leave. Please leave.
It's like, how do I get out of this place? It's too volatile, man. But there you go. That's another one that's we'll see. And even too, we got stories talking about it. That's all going to start flooding back in. I got a cool story at Harvard. Harvard rotated from Bitcoin to ETH. Yeah. So you can start seeing some of that too. You know what I mean? I think people are going to start seeing ETH is a good one.
Is it possible, Ray?
Yeah.
That Bitcoin will not be the big boy on the block at some point? I mean, it keeps going down. I mean,
oh, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's not, and we're going to talk about even to the price. 2 years ago, Bappy, it was 15 grand Bitcoin, right? It's 60 something now, right? So yeah, just because we have these crazy corrections, I mean, they say this every time, every cycle. It's going to zero. No. Now you never know. We speculate this like this all the time, huh, Snoopy? Back in the day, you don't know, right? Like the internet. Everybody thought back in the day it was AOL, stuff like that. Those were ones going to win the internet. And no, here comes Facebook, here comes Amazon, here comes Google, right?
Yep.
And yeah, this could absolutely happen with that. But Bitcoin, it's a tough one, right? Because you're starting to see the countries. When you're starting to see them do the strategic reserves, right, probably going to be around, yeah? Because they wouldn't let it die, right?
Yeah, they'd be in trouble.
That would be in trouble.
A lot of trouble.
It is. That would be not be a good thing. There we go. Let me see. Jason, my man. Happy Mob Monday. To you as well, Jason5449. Good to see you, bro. Thanks for joining us. And Mob and Robin. Happy Monday, Mob and Robin. Rock and Robin. Good to see you. Appreciate you joining us. And Chris, I'd be racing to pay more. ETH saw this sucker coming. That's true. What's up, Chris? Good to see you, bro. But yes, it is. It's happening, you know. Aave founder pitches 50 trillion abundance asset boom, right? They're saying that to drive DeFi. The founder of decentralized lending platform Aave said DeFi could benefit from a $50 trillion worth of abundance assets, such as solar, through tokenization by 2050, right? That's what I'm saying. Some of this stuff, we don't even know what this is going to look like, yeah? I don't know about solar because I mean I'm sure maybe these panels will get better and better, but I don't know the harnessing of the sun. We haven't really caught up with that yet, right? I think batteries are lacking too, but I don't know. We'll see. But it says capital is hungry for new collateral, and the world is ready for a transformation that on-chain lending can capture and accelerate. Yes, Aave is a good one. They do a lot of stuff with DeFi, a lot of lending, a lot of that kind of stuff. But adding the solar could account for 15 to 30 trillion of the 50 trillion abundance asset market. Yeah.
Do you guys see any solar farms out your way? Do you see those ever when you're driving?
Yeah, they're not massive, right? Like out where you guys are, right? But yeah, I do see them. But it's more. I've seen personal ones. I haven't seen some kind of, I've seen farmers literally doing it, right?
Yeah,
they use their fields for that stuff. But
yeah, outside of Vegas, there's so many outside of Vegas, Ray. When you get up and you crest the hill, it looks like there's water because of the reflection,
right?
But it's not water. It's solar
just
panels.
All them panels, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. They last? Do they have like longevity? Like the
I think that part is getting better.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, they said like after a few years that they're like half their life, is they can only create half the power. But I think that's changing. So I don't know a ton about solar.
Yeah.
Which is weird in Arizona. We should all have solar.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah,
it's definitely with the
360 days a year there's sun.
Well, and that's why it's awesome where you like here, I mean it's probably we get a good half a year of good sun, but the other, it's rainy. We got good, different weather around. Like it's good for us with forest fires. We don't get much, right? But anyway, no, it's another one like big around our area. I don't know about you too, Snoopy, but we have a lot of the like I said, our power company comes from a waterfall around here. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we
hydro.
Yeah. Yep. So it's like I said, a lot of different ways. And then strategy. Michael Saylor signals further Bitcoin buys despite the rout. Bro, I didn't find the exact story, but he said he would be all right. Not all right, but he's not going to be liquidating anything, even if it got down to $8,000 a Bitcoin. That's crazy, bro. Right? He would have to do some kind of maybe accounting tricks. I don't know, but that's we don't want to see anything like that. If we see something like that, Bappy, then yes, that would be a cause to worry. That would be concerns. Yeah,
we'll be buying the puts, right? We got to buy puts.
We'll put all the way down. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Ride this thing.
Ride it all the way down. Crazy. But here it is. This is a crazy story. Did you see this, Snoopy? And people, and we're in NFTs, right? But look at this. Justin Bieber, 99% loss, bro. Bieber, he paid 500 ETH, $1.3 million for a Bored Ape, right? The Bored Ape was number 3001, right? He did it in January.
Not just him. And Bappy's background right there, Mr. Tom Brady also bought one for over $1 million.
Well, Steph Curry, Jimmy Fallon, Madonna, all of them. Right. I mean, they truly aped in, bro. Yeah. But now that ape that he bought for $1.3 million is worth 12 grand, right? 12K. Yeah. So
it's a great investment, Ray.
That's a great investment.
That's the kind of exit liquidity people want.
Yes. Yeah. Old job. I welded up a stand and held solar panels and automatically followed. Oh, there you go. Was in the set. So they just move around, yeah.
Well, they have those now that are automated. Yeah, they follow the sun.
I like it. Right on, Jason. That's I mean, because like I said, we need to find as much power as we can, right? But I believe they're going to discover some new ways for energy. Yeah. But I mean, again, people are calling it a bad trade at the time, right? Of course, it's not great when you're looking at it now. And the crypto community literally roasted him, right? So the day he bought it. But anyways, it doesn't matter. I mean, like I said, it was a more of a play because that's kind of what it was going on. The NFT hype, part of a club. That's what you did, kind of with these NFTs. But that's when your Barber and Justin Bieber are buying the same asset class. That's not adoption. That's distribution, right? So people rotating in and out. And yes, now if you did, I mean, the apes and the penguins, right? Good ones. They're going to come back. Something's going to happen. NFTs are not. It's just nobody looking at them, right? But yeah, his net worth is 300 million, right? So it'd be like us losing $40. Okay, not saying it's exactly like that, but it's not like it would be for us. Yeah. So Yuga Labs, it is. They're building things, right? They're building the real clubhouse in Miami, and they're shipping other side. They got things going on. They've been working on that for a while as well. But yeah, I got faith. I'm sure that the apes, and there they are, the penguins. We got a story later on about them. They're doing their thing, man. Right?
You might have this coming up, Ray, but did you hear that they're getting ready to pass a law in California where you have to pay unrealized gains?
Oh, yeah.
And so all the billionaires are leaving California.
Oh, well, they should. They should. What's up, Sal?
Hi. How are
Look
you?
at you, blonde again.
Yeah. She said,
it's like a different girl coming on every
It's
time.
like a pinkish blonde, but you can't really see it.
Nice.
Oh, you see it on the side. That's good.
She's trying to be uplifting for the markets.
Yeah, there you go. Sup, boys? Sup, comfy? But yes, it's like I said, it's a lot of us have some of these NFTs. But yeah, poor Bieber went from 1.3 million down to 12,000. Yeah,
you need a write off anyway.
Well, yeah, it's good for him. That's they need that. Yeah, it's good. It's right. But that's kind of stuff. It's tough. Like you'll hear FOMO. I'm sure he told you some stories. He's a good one with that stuff. Yeah. But this is institutions this is what kind of why I titled this is getting a little. They're saying they're getting fed up, man, and they want to fire Bitcoin devs over the quantum stuff. Yeah. So this is Nick Carter. Yeah, and this is what he's talking about. Yeah. They said it's a real story. It's not about quantum computers being ready tomorrow. It's about BlackRock holding 761,000 Bitcoin, a little around $50 billion. And they're having zero tolerance for the Bitcoin devs. Yes, because that's all they do is say, look, hey, it's coming. Yeah, it's not here. And they're really not kind of doing much about it right now. I'm just saying that's kind of the issue. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a long time before quantum hits anyways. Because, I mean, the best one right now, I guess you need like 1,000 qubits or something. And the best one right now only has 30.
Yes.
So Sal, what's a long time in like your guess? Is a long time like a year, 5 years?
If what they're saying is true, like if that's true, we'll just say, because you know how they hold back information. Probably longer than that. Probably like at least 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, that's mostly what people are saying. Even 10, you're getting up to 25. But along what you're saying too, Sal, the quantum computer needed would require 13 million physical qubits, about 100,000 times more powerful than the machines today, right? So it is real. The threat is real, but it's distant, right? But again, how we see all this stuff going on, I don't know with this AI. Things can move faster. We'll see. But
yeah.
All I'm saying is, like I said, that's why I kind of seriously, what do they mean? And I'm asking you, Sal, Snoopy, what could they do to the devs? You can't fire the devs, right? It's Bitcoin, right? So what would these whatever institutions think? What, they're going to hire another team of devs and just kind of do it on their own, right? That's all I'm asking. I don't even understand.
I'm just curious of how long they've been paying the Bitcoin devs.
Right. Right.
Hey, Comfy. I mean, that's kind of random.
Yeah. Yes.
You think that they've got to have some momentum too, right? You hire a whole new set of guys. It's like you're starting from scratch again.
Yeah, but what are they necessarily doing?
I don't know, but like what's interesting about when you say like how far out it is, one of the things I do is like sell these plumbing parts and for industrial, and out at Taiwan Semiconductor, they still haven't even started the changeover. So like I also sell stuff to a lot of these large data centers, and the infrastructure right now can't support the quantum stuff.
Right.
Can't support the AIs, really.
Yeah, it has to, but they would have to change a lot of stuff in order to be able to start moving in that direction. And that's not even started.
Right.
They're still just trying to get the thing up and running however they planned on doing it.
It takes a lot of power to run just one quantum. So they're going to need a lot of energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're talking about out here putting in miniature nuclear power plants near these data centers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's other ones too that are going underwater, again, using the ocean.
Yep. Well, here's another thing too. Like if quantum breaks Bitcoin, come on, man. I mean, it breaks your bank account, your email, every government system, everything, right? So
yeah. Well, that's when Skynet happens.
That's a problem, right? That's there's bigger things to than so you just rotate your Bitcoin into some meme coins. And
so my question is, right? What if we have AI or whatever now? Yeah. Why do we need the quantum? Like, who's even going to use the quantum? Why is it even? Do you know what I mean?
I like I said, I try to dive into like it just thinks in multiple dimensions. I don't know. It's just so much faster. There's a lot more compute. I really don't know. It's hard to wrap your head around what a quantum computer is and what it does if you're not super technical. But it is. All I know Willow, the Google's Willow, their super quantum computer. It did something with the Pentagon. Pentagon had this equation that it needed to solve. Took like 10 billion years or whatever for the Pentagon did it. Computer to kind of figure that out. Still isn't. But the Willow, Google's, did it in 5 minutes, right? So obviously the speed, you start matching that up with AI, then yeah, you're definitely talking about crazy Skynet stuff, yeah? So I don't know. I'm just saying I just know the speed and kind of extra dimensional type stuff, yeah? Hey, wise guys. Hey, Sal.
What up, Night Owl?
What up, Night Owl? Good to see you. Right on. But it's interesting, just to kind of like I said, it's it's sometimes it's just a FUD talk, right? Should Bitcoin devs be forced to move faster on quantum resistance, or is it manufactured FUD? I think it's more manufactured FUD, right? Something to talk about, this kind of stuff. But like you said, Sal, I don't know what the Bitcoin devs do anyway, right?
It's not like they're developing it. It already is done,
Yeah, but they're like, look, it's still Bitcoin. Yeah. But yeah, it's wild conversations, yeah. But this is what I was talking about earlier. Harvard, good old Harvard. Yeah, they get a 59 million endowment. They just made their first Ethereum bet, right? They bought 3.87 million shares of BlackRock's ETH ETF. Yeah, that's kind of what they did today. Rotated some out of, like I said, of the Bitcoin one. So they sold some Bitcoin of the ETF and then got some more of ETH. But look, when I was reading more into this, it's nothing like a crazy story. It's not like they're FUDing Bitcoin, man, right? It's more of a 4-to-1, right? I think that's what they're talking about. 4-to-1. They got still more Bitcoin than they got ETH, but again, you're just kind of balancing your sheets, seeing what you're doing. Obviously, ETH is going to be a good one too, and you don't.
Yeah, but if ETH is really building into their infrastructure and their costs are low, I mean, couldn't you see it taking over Bitcoin in the future?
I don't know about taking over. It's hard to say. Like even too, you're like, again, how these countries where you're starting to see how they're using it as gold, as a reserve, and they just start gobbling it up and holding it on. Yeah, I mean, who knows? That could be. I know when people talk about all the different technologies of Bitcoin, that's a pretty good one, man. If you just hold it and it goes up, right? You can't print more. It's like I said. But yeah, I have always kind of like I said, like ETH a little more in Bitcoin because you can build on it.
I don't think it's like overtaking it. Ray, if you want to share my screen real quick, I think it's more of ETH needs to catch up to what Bitcoin's doing. Got a cool chart here. And this shows back from 2020 the lifetime trends of Bitcoin. So this perfectly shows us 4-year cycles we've been talking about on Spaces and stuff, Pappy. This is October, November of 2021. You go 4 years. Of course, we crashed down, right? You go 4 years, and we're right here. Here. That's a 4-year cycle. Now, this crash down was a little bit faster than it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a slow pullback, but it looks very similar, right?
Yeah, it is very, very close.
Yep. And when we had the big dump, we went right down to this line and bounced right off of it, like we're supposed to, Now
that's the support level.
I mean, yeah, we kind of got into this on Spaces last last week was like, this is the lifetime trend line. This is not a guarantee. If we go below this year,
it could really get
in trouble.
smoked.
We can be in big trouble. But we're down here, right? You can see the
Yeah.
green line where Bitcoin is. This is a beautiful accumulation zone, right? But if we go to ETH, you can see this all-time lifetime trend line. You can see the all-time high line right here. This is descending, where when you go back to Bitcoin, they're staying parallel.
Sure.
So you should just bounce. What I love about this is we were expecting just God candles right here, right? We were being stupid. We should have looked at this and be like, oh my gosh, it's probably going to top out right here and come down, right? But these are staying parallel, where when you go to your ETH thing, they're getting tighter and tighter. And this is where ETH needs to break out at some point and catch up to what Bitcoin's doing and open those lines up where they're more parallel. And that's why we're bullish on ETH.
How long is this chart, Snoop?
It goes all the way back to 21
or 20.
Yeah, 2020 is when everything really started to explode. And
wait, where do you see it going down though? Where do you see it descend? Like
the top line.
Like it's going this way to me, no?
Yeah, this is the all-time bottom where it keeps bouncing off of, and this is your all-time high. We hit our first all-time high back here in 2021 when it was like 4,800 or something. We was all bullish. We only come back and tested that, and that was ridiculous. This line should have moved way up. You know, we should have been 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 Bitcoin. You know, to keep that. It used to be like 0.1 ratio Bitcoin to ETH. You know. And we've since fallen well below that. And this just needs to do what it's supposed to do, you know. It's got to break out at some point and just gig us in. So that's what we're banking on. When the institutions and the stuff like you just saw with Harvard, like they're going to move into ETH and start building on ETH. And I think that's when that explosion will pop.
But that's probably why, right, Snoop? Because it has that utility where you don't really build on Bitcoin.
No, it's too ancient. It's just too slow. Transactions take 30 seconds to 3 minutes, and businesses don't have time for that.
Well, I mean, so we never had the altcoin all season either, right? No, and ETH is considered an altcoin. We'll just say that. So I think it was BTC. I think it was Bitcoin's like moment, we'll say, so to speak, with institutions coming in. All the focus was there. It wasn't on ETH or it wasn't on anything but really Bitcoin. So, you know, this next run around, I think obviously ETH is going to take off. I think the altcoins are too. I don't think all of them will, but I think a majority of them will.
Well, one thing I'll say is you gotta be careful with, and this is where I lean on you guys. If Bitcoin is not keeping up with the times and Ethereum is really starting to push and challenge what it can do in the future, and Bitcoin is relying on we're the biggest, baddest on the block, but we don't really do much with our advancements for the future, that could be a huge problem.
Well, no. So it's going to be how people look at it, right? People are going to look at it as Bitcoin is like the gold, right? You just sit there and you hold it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like, I get what you're saying.
People use it. Don't get me wrong. People use Bitcoin all, every day. Yep. And they build on it. They just don't build or use it like they do on ETH or Solana because it doesn't make sense. The money, the fees and everything, but
it's too expensive.
At the end of the day, Bitcoin is like going to be like the standard, and it doesn't necessarily have to keep up with ETH or vice versa. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's going to have its own lane, I think. And
sure.
Moving forward, ETH is going to be like the old school money. That's where people trust ETH. Actually, we just found out today that most of the stable coins are through ETH. So ETH has a lot of money, already into it and
behind it.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens and move forward. But I don't think it needs to be. I don't think Bitcoin and ETH needs to keep up with one another anymore.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're two separate. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, great points. Good stuff. You have more on that, or you want me to take it down?
Nope, that's all good.
That's good, bro. Appreciate it. But this Apollo, Bappy? You ever heard of them? Big institution? Yeah?
No.
Okay. Just wondering. But yeah, it's a $938 billion Wall Street giant, right? They're buying 9% of DeFi protocols governance token. Remember, we were talking about another one doing that? It was like last week, right? Don't know it off the top of my head, but we talked about it. But they're jumping into this stuff too, right? Apollo isn't investing through a fund or buying an ETF. They're acquiring Morpho tokens directly. That means voting power, governance influence, and direct DeFi participation. Yeah. So, like I said, this is what you're going to start seeing with this kind of stuff. These institutions are definitely going to start making moves because you can. I mean, you can buy your way into some governance things and stuff like that. So that's what we're talking about, right? BlackRock did the Uni, right, with the Uniswap governance token and listed its tokenized fund on DeFi. So that's who did it last week. Two of the world's largest asset managers in the same week, both moving into DeFi governance. It's not a coincidence, man. We know that this is gonna just keep happening. This stuff is baked in, right? But we're looking at token go up, token go down. But things are being adopted, right? So it's a good thing, I guess, right? But that's what I'm saying, man. Some of this stuff, DeFi isn't really DeFi if they just start getting gobbled up by these type of institutions, right? And that's kind of the question: is this adoption or is this capture? Are they just going to start buying all this stuff? So when Apollo owns 9% of governance tokens, can they steer the protocol towards institutional friendly decisions? Right. That makes might mean more KYC, more permission tools, less of the open, and what DeFi is, and that's not good either. So those are the things you hear. These stories, you see this kind of stuff, is not always great. So, and I'm just asking, what do you guys think Wall Street and DeFi is good for crypto, or is this kind of the beginning of the end for some of this stuff? It's not.
Sal's not going to think so. but here's what I'll say is, and I'm going to use the word that Sal might slap my hand for this, but it legitimizes crypto a little more. And I'm not saying that it wasn't legitimate before, but all of the problems that you guys have seen along the way, I don't know if it was on an exchange to start with, I don't think you wouldn't have seen all of those problems.
Right. Yeah.
That doesn't make it right or wrong. Just that's what I believe.
It is. Well, that's how it was going to, like I said, it was going to go too. We used to talk about how all this was going to start being adopted. And yeah, it's not like they're just going to come in and everybody gets a piece of it. That's just not how it works with them, right? There's no way. But, it is what it is. This is kind of part of adoption and what's going on. And look, Silicon Valley Bank. And that's the one through FTX, right? Isn't that the one that collapsed? Yep. Well, now this is a bank-led stablecoin to tokenize T-bills, AI-powered wallets, digital assets becoming financial plumbing. SVB is saying the pilot phase is over. This is the year crypto rails stop being experimental and start being production infrastructure. Stablecoins already cleared billions, right? We see that anytime. I mean, that's definitely the case. Tokenized treasuries are growing. The integration is happening whether your retail notices or not. And it is. The normies, all they see, like I said, all the FUD, all the news, Bitcoin's down almost 40, 50%, and they're not paying attention. But this is continuing happening. But this is, like I said, this is the irony, is because that's a bank that collapsed, a bank-led that collapsed in 2023, partially due to crypto, the contagion. And that, I think that was, like I said, some of that FTX stuff. Now they're evangelizing crypto integration. So this is it's goofy, but I guess that's kind of the stuff that's going on, right? But this validates the picks and shovels narrative we talk about all the time. Look, that's what we're talking about with AI, right? That's why I can't believe I'm so mad still at Amazon. I still can't get my, stupid Mac Mini. But that's why but I did start to partner with some other people, right, that are already in there doing it and building it.
Right.
But that's kind of the part, man. That's the point. We need to start building this kind of stuff, the picks and shovels, not only for crypto, but now there's AI stuff, right? And picks and shovels doesn't mean to go build another app, because we've been reading, and I got more stories on that. that stuff's kind of done too, right? Why would you build an app when soon everybody's going to have an AI and you're going to just tell it to do this, right? What normally an app, and you maybe need 3 or 4 apps, right, to go right and pay a monthly membership, right? I'm just telling you. That's why I'm saying even after tonight, I'm going to get on. We're going to do spaces, and I'm going to tell you more about Spark, what we're going to kind of start doing there, how we're having some of those NFTs on lock that are, like I said, that literally that's where a lot of the Spark tokens are locked in those NFTs. So we're going to just talk about what some of this stuff is we're going to do, and we're planning, right? What'd you say? Spoons? You want some spoons and shovels? There you go. I like spoons and mashed potatoes. Comfy. That's right. But another one.
You can shovel more in.
Yes, big spoons, big wooden spoons back in the day. Everybody had them. Yeah. But same thing with this. I'm going to touch on it every time this week. I mean, all the time. It's because who knows when this is going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Scott Bessent, when the Treasury Secretary went on Fox News and says that the legislation is essentially essential and needs to happen as soon as possible. Yeah.
Ray, like there's so much like garbage out there right now to get through. Like this is like low priority for them now.
Oh yeah.
They're trying to pass all this funding and filibustering and all that. This is going to be way low on the list.
Yeah.
Well, not really. So the issue is the banks, right? Mm-hmm. So the banks are really what's holding this whole thing up. And why would, you know what I mean? They just keep pushing it back because the banks are going to get screwed royally no matter which way they turn.
But who's in bed with the banks? So.
All of them.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I mean. They're going to keep pushing it as far as they can, as long as they can, until everybody's happy.
Well, they got to figure out a way to monetize it. As soon as they can figure out
how to take the fees back there, Bappy? That's what
they just need to
as
sit
soon
down
as Nancy Pelosi can make money on this,
she'll be dead, probably a couple of years anyways. But I mean, they just need to sit down. That was Sal. And they took enough money from us for the past 50 years. They can sit back and get what they get and be happy with it,
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I would love for that to be the way that it works. I just don't see that happening anytime soon.
Like soon, Bappy, it's kind of the part of the point, right? With something like even Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. That's why they were forced to do this, right? It doesn't matter. It's going to happen. And if the U.S. doesn't do it, innovation will leave this country, and something like El Salvador will be like the tech capital of the world. Or Singapore. It does not matter. It's up to them.
That won't happen. Like they won't allow that to happen. So there's that's the teeter totter. That's the seesaw.
It is, but that's why
I think they're greed and they're power hungry. It's kind of making them delusional. Add some boost to that, and they're just not thinking clearly anymore.
Come on, Sal. They're delusional. Come on.
But the clock is ticking. Yeah, that you're starting to see in Polymarket gives a 47% odd that the split in Congress midterms says by midterms, and 37% odds of a full Democrat sweep for the midterms. Yeah,
when you start paying attention to that, man, when people start putting that out there, that's legit.
I know. I mean, like I said,
I hope that doesn't happen.
Hey. That's why.
I mean, they cheat anyways, though. I mean, they it doesn't matter who you vote for, unfortunately, because they already have. They cheat anyways.
Well, it's not even cheating because I've been kind of stepping back because I do favor obviously one well, and it is. There's obviously reasons to it too, but it really is a two-party doing the same thing. Like just giving an example of like the guy before, like he flooded the country right for a purpose, and like you can say it for votes for whatever. But it's still part of the main narrative, what they want to happen. Because now this side, what we like, or some of us like over here, he's going to go and, clear it all up and fix the problem of what they just previously did and start doing digital IDs and locking everybody. You got to have this thing to move around the state, right? It's just two sides of and it is. I kind of start to see that. It's really simple to see, right?
The part that people should be getting the most frustrated with is, it's not like we don't know what just happened 4 years ago. we understand and we remember that you can't just make that go away, but they sweep it under the carpet. That's the frustrating part.
But that's why you need
it's
some
like it
accountability.
never happened.
Yeah, you need accountability.
I was gonna say it's because nobody does anything.
Yeah. Well,
Nobody's
that's on
doing
both
anything.
sides
Everyone's
too.
just sitting there swallowing it, hoping that the next person's gonna fix it, and that's not the case. So
No, that's on both sides. They just none of them accept it.
Well,
Anyway.
but like you got to say, I mean, you're starting to see a lot of stuff too. This is a lot more massive than what any of the normies. Like I still see people that my church or whatever. Yeah, they're blown away, right? Which I laugh because it's like something I've been in like 25 years knowing what kind of some of the stuff. And some of the normies just starting to open their eyes, like wipe the sleep away from their eyes.
Yep.
It's crazy, right? And that sometimes that does need to be slow walk. Right, you shock people into something that all this is going on because now it's blatantly obvious. Everybody, you can't because, like I said, you're starting to see so many files, all of this stuff like that. That's disgusting, everybody, and it is wild that no one's you don't see nothing, right?
Well, that's gonna come out, right? And people are getting more and more intolerant with even Trump's inability to just make this happen. But don't get it twisted. The other guy 4 years ago had this in front of him and didn't do a damn thing. So it's on both sides.
Oh, we know, yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
So when we talked about draining the swamp, however 8 years ago, let's pull the plug and
but that's what I'm saying. You're starting to see literally how you control people, like you blackmailing people, right? You can wipe out people's family. Like seriously, this is it's crazy, and I know we're getting way off, but still, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's not like little kiddie games, man.
No, this is getting serious. People need to start. No one needs to do anything really, but the right thing to do would to be stop biting your tongue and letting certain things continue to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? And start actually being an American citizen and seeing enough of your country because it's not good right now.
Right.
No.
It's really not.
Well, and that's literally the way that the only way that you could kind of destroy this country is from within, and that's why again flooding this country with people. Right, they're all over. You're seeing it, right? A lot of that garbage that you see, all those whatever, it's just crazy. So, but yeah, you're right. People have to stand up and do some things. But there's also ways financially to do things, right? There are ways, but we have to get people together. Thank you. That's right, Comfy. Let me get that. Let me get that going for you, brother. Thank you, Comfy. Ticker, appreciate you, bro. That's all good. But yes, I don't even know where we at here. What is this one? No, we're end of here. But crypto trading isn't coming to Elon Musk's X. You see that? Like, how does he look? How does he talk about? It was just last week I saw something that you can't even talk about crypto and get right.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, it's like he's actually demonetizing people.
Yeah.
For posting about crypto or gambling, but
I know
it's insane.
He like that's another one. I don't even understand. Are we not supposed to talk about crypto? Are we talking about crypto? Oh look,
depends on the day, right?
Huh?
You can only talk about crypto in the days that end in a Y.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, but X-Head product Nikita Beer clarified what how smart hashtags work. Yeah, people will be able to trade assets in app. So just the question: would any of y'all trade on X? Would you just use that and trade? I'm sure it's some kind of centralized. I mean, it's he wants it to be the everything app, so it's obviously in his coffers or whatever's going on there. But would you trade?
At some point, dude, that dude's brilliant. At some point, I mean, if he wanted it to be a trading platform, I would say he would probably have the best trading platform at some point.
Well, of course he's going to want a trading platform on there because he's going to be getting all the fees off of it. So he's just going to become more and more wealthy. I'm just tired of being the guinea pig for stuff like this. So let everybody figure it out, test it out. And then
you don't jump in right away, Snoop. You got to wait. Hold back. As much as you want that ape, you got to hold back. You got to have some self-containment.
Too many scammers. I think it'd be too easy to ruin people on X, in my opinion. But
yeah, No, and I thought he's going to have some kind of money, like X money or something like that, right?
I'm sure he's gonna have something.
He is. He is.
You want to take a trip into space for a second? He'll have that too.
He's going to be losing people on his platform by demonetizing them for something that you're trying to do. That's just being so hypocritical and just completely screwing people.
Yeah.
Well, you got him involved in politics, Sal.
I didn't get him involved in anything. He's a robot, in my opinion. He's not even human.
He's Tesla robot. He's a clone. He's a clone.
He might be.
Now this, and look, I want some understanding too, because I didn't fully get how Vitalik is wanting poly market and what's doing prediction markets. Talking about it should replace stablecoins. So I'm just, like I said, I'm reading and going through these things with you too. But Vitalik, he's a poly market investor, right? So he was in early with this, yeah. But he just called out his own investment. He said prediction markets are over converging to an unhealthy product market fit by embracing short-term price bets and sports gambling. Yeah, great. There you go. Thank you, Daly. But he literally said there's something fundamentally cursed about making money from people with dumb opinions, right? And this is the Ethereum founder publicly questioning whether the hottest crypto sector is sustainable. Do you think that they're going to have to pivot a little bit more away from just this, maybe like how we talk about meme coins and degeneracy over here, all of this gambling ridiculousness over here? Are they going to have to start making something that's like a little more sustainable?
I tell you, if he pivots away, they're going to lose a shitload of money.
Okay.
Again,
because
but no one's making any money except for like the top 3%. No one's making any money.
Right.
People are posting what they're winning, but if you go and look into what they're posting, they're spending 5 times that just to win that.
Well,
people aren't winning.
Listen, Vegas isn't Vegas because people win. Vegas is Vegas because Vegas wins.
But the question was, you could say it's the same thing, but look at meme coins. Everyone said the same thing about meme coins, and nobody really cares about meme coins anymore because the same top 3% of people were making all the money.
Right.
That's what I was going to say. This is like standing up to Pump Fund and being like, okay, the casino's over. It's time for y'all to come out with more viable products, for people to invest in. It's not going to stop. I don't think poly market's going to stop.
Well, here's what his vision is. Like I said, this is the alternative, right? What he's talking about. Instead of betting on elections or sports, Vitalik, he wants prediction markets to become AI-powered hedging tools where users offset real-world costs like housing, food, transportation. Personalized prediction market baskets that could replace stable coins and fiat currency entirely. We don't need fiat currency at all. He said it, and that's what I'm saying. It's a massive statement, and I don't understand about and I'm just being straight up with you. Like, how does that replace stable coins? Does that even make sense to you? I don't like it. Sometimes it's a big brain, right? Vitalik's a big brain, and sometimes that doesn't come through because I didn't understand anything about how that's going to replace stable coins. Did that make sense?
I just feel like it manipulates things. I feel like it manipulates the outcome of things.
Yeah. No, 100%.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't know.
Yeah. But this
I feel like all of this has been manipulated. So what's the difference?
The whole world's manipulated.
Yeah, I mean, it is. If you don't talk to FOMO about this, because he's got a very different take on this.
Now that I saw a hotel in California that has nothing but businesses in it, there's nobody renting hotel rooms. They just got P.O. boxes, and it's a whole hotel room full of business with P.O. boxes. I'm like, man, what
it's a bunch of Somali daycares there.
No, it's not even Somali. These ones are Russian. I think these are Russian durable medical equipment facilities. I do not know. I saw another one. I don't know if you guys saw it too. Crazy neighborhood, about 400 homes, right? Cookie cutter homes in a neighborhood. Guess how many trucking companies were in that neighborhood, right? 450 houses. How many trucking companies were licensed?
1,000.
No, it was still within there. It was like 320. 320. Okay. But that's crazy. Again, you're seeing it, right? How much fraud. It is wild. Like I said, I mean, we're starting to see. Maybe, hopefully, they will really get rid of taxes. I'm pulling for you, Trump. I mean, if he does it, He's gotta, or it's just, or he's done too, right? You know, we gotta get this kind of stuff fixed because people are, you know, like I said, they're over with it, right? But here it is, my favorite thing: OpenClaw create not what he just did, right? But he gets big offers to acquire AI sensation OpenClaw, yeah. And will it stay open source, right? He went and he chose he had offers from Meta and OpenAI, and he went with OpenAI. Did you guys see the story?
No, I did not see this story.
Yeah, no. So this is the guy, the developer who created OpenClaw, yeah, and you know all this stuff. But yeah, he vibe coded OpenClaw into existence, hit 180,000 GitHub stars. If you don't know what that is, like I said, that's pretty good. GitHub is where all the coders and stuff put all their, you know, their code and source and stuff. And he had Zuckerberg reaching out via WhatsApp and Sam Altman making concrete offers. He chose to join OpenAI. I don't think either one of those are really whatever. He's going to be doing his thing over there now, right? So he is with OpenAI, and you know, I'm sure he got a pretty healthy offer. You will see OpenAI it's going to make it very simple for people, right? But I was telling you, Bappy, before we got on, that's the difference, everybody. Like we talking about keeping your money on Coinbase or getting off on MetaMask. Same thing with this. Are you going to use ChatGPT and you build a business? OpenClaw going to be very easy to use. Do it over there. But guess who owns it? Guess the terms of service, how it is. You're over there on OpenAI. He hits his, right? Me having it locally on a Mac Mini, something like that. I'm building my own kind of stuff. It's going to be on my stuff, a decentralized type system. Yeah. So just saying, that's kind of what you're looking at here. Again, still a little dangerous, right? It could go out and be wild in your AI just doing whatever it wants. But yeah, he took the offer. He's over with OpenAI now. So
that's like your computer getting wild in the sheets there, right?
Wild in the sheets, yeah. That's it. So I don't know, man. It's good though. For like I said, OpenClaw, awesome for him. All I'm saying, right? This guy just kind of, like I said, pushed this out and it caught fire, man. And there you go. So this is just a little write-up of this.
He made his money. He ain't gonna be around long.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's what I'm hoping to do. OpenClaw. Yeah. I hit something. I'm gonna sell a business. I'll build another one. I'll build with all of us. That's what I'm trying to say too. Like I said, after Spaces, we're gonna talk about it. Everybody that's part with, like I said, with Spark, we're gonna have a whole OpenClaw team. We're gonna have all kinds of people building. We got all kinds of people doing all kinds of stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. Keep doing what you're doing, Web3 people, Web3 wise guys people. Finished my first Python AI class with a 90 on the final understanding, less than when I started the class. I'm getting but you the man.
Nice, Rich.
That's right, GW Rich. Good job, man.
Rich, you're gonna have to give us some alpha on like what are we doing wrong here? Like where we gotta go.
Well, he would definitely, he's part of it. But yeah, GW Rich, smart guy. But yeah, wrapping it up with this Pudgy Penguins hit New York City with Valentine's Day pop-up event, right? And look, that's what I'm saying. Look, that's great and all. Let me bring this banner down too. Hold on. But yeah, again, they're kicking it out with the plushies, man. That's great. That's great. I mean, it's a lot more than some NFT projects, but yeah, they got this thing rolling out for what's going on with Pudgy Penguins. There it is. Oh, look at that. That's the new thing is the Pudgy Penguins in a little blanket, right? So that's what?
That's cute.
It is cute, right? But again, you know, every detail the pop-up is intentionally designed to encourage guests to linger, participate, document the experience, and share it socially. The space will be inviting and joyful for all, everybody. So we started out with the Bored Apes and people buying into that same thing. These are the two major ones. Bored Apes, Pudgy Penguins, you know, but we'll see. NFT's got to make a roaring comeback. Bappy, this is what I was telling you at the beginning, where we were talking about transactions. This is the big, massive change that happened, and you'll see it in this chart. Okay, so the way that it used to be, it ain't even close to the same thing now, Bappy. And I know you know, and Sal and Snoopy, but this line here, this blue, is the transactions that are happening on chain, Bappy, right? And if you see down here, look, you're talking about, this is what I was telling you in 2020, 2022, you're getting transactions just for a simple swap sometimes was $20, $25, Bappy. Yeah. Now it's pennies. Okay. Is barely anything, right? Even under $1. And yet all of these transactions are happening on Ethereum. Yeah. So again, that's all these upgrades that they've been doing. Yeah. Like I said, that's kind of why I've always been, I'm a big fan of ETH. I like, I got more ETH than Bitcoin. I like ETH. Yeah. But that's not financial advice. I took it off. I'm just saying it's the one I like because you're building on it, right? I just see a lot more value over there. But yeah, that's it. What's going on? Anybody else? Do you have any things that you wanted to talk about? Or like I said, that was a good chart, what you're talking about, Snoop. But yeah. Anybody? No,
I'm good.
All good. Cool. I'm bringing this down. Like I said, yeah, everybody's watching, smash the like button. We try to give you some things to check out, man. Right? You like this open claw? Big deal. Like I said, I'm trying to, get more friends because I want a whole little group of us open claw kind of builders together because that's kind of the things that we're going to do with Spark, right? Give you a little taste, stake and tokens. We're going to be able to build projects out for you, right? Same thing with the NFTs that are a part of this stuff. We're going to start, you got revenue share coming out when you have an NFT. We have black NFTs and we have gold NFTs. And those NFTs have the tokens locked in it, right? I told you 70% of the tokens are locked up. That's where they're locked. They were pushed into NFTs. Those NFTs will be coming out around April. And like I said, I got a lot of things that we're going to be talking about doing. Do a little bit on Spaces, but also I'm going to start doing some Zoom calls on Thursdays. Everybody that's about, what we're doing in Spark, we're going to have some think tanks and, doing some stuff. Same thing with Snoopy and Bappy. I know you guys are doing some trading stuff. That's going to be another part how we're going to make more revenue. We're going to do a lot of revenue streams with Spark and what it does, and it will be dispersed to, sometimes, like I said, with token holders and NFTs. But we're going to talk about that more when we go on Spaces. Again, appreciate everybody watching. Thank you for hanging out with us this Monday. And thank you, Sal. Thank you, Snoopy. Thank you, Bappy. Good hanging out. And I guess I'll see you guys over on the Spaces. Yeah.
Nice work today, Ray.
Yeah, y'all too. Great interaction. Great. I'm glad we all think the same about our horrible government. But I really do. I think that really, some things are going to change. I do, because it is bad, right? Some of that stuff that you're seeing come out. Like I said, I can't, it's crazy. Like that kind of stuff. What's going on when everybody's calling you a nut job? That's what's going on. Yeah, whatever. Thank you, Robin. Rockin' Robin. Thank you. Appreciate you. And we'll see you. We'll see you over on Spaces, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice work. We'll see you.
Boy.
Still want stranger cities. Steam turn night to day. Not cold as sparks of jeans. Light a fast away. Digital dreams take shape. Valley moves at the speed of thought. Robots learn our footsteps. Building what we taught. Same old world, new codes in the street. Value move faster than words when we speak. They say, slow down, night. This ain't a phase. Whole new era loading. Watch the screen change. Don't fight the rising current. Learn the shape of the swell. Your roots are creative. Pick a lane and just excel.